Hi guys, welcome back to my channel. So in today's video we are going to be doing my second trimester Q&A. So first of all, I just want to say, let me know what you think of this background. I've kind of moved around because I was sick of the plain white wall that I was using before, so let me know if this is a little bit better and a little bit more like warmer, inviting to my channel. But in today's video, like I said, we're going to be doing a little Q&A. So I asked you guys on Instagram to send me in some questions that you may have about my second trimester, and I thought I could answer them for you today. So if you like this video, make sure to give it a big thumbs up, make sure you subscribe, and let's get started. So just to let you know, if anyone doesn't know, I'll pop up my Instagram here just in case any of you guys want to follow me over there. That's where I tend to ask a lot of questions about YouTube. So I've chosen 10 of the most frequently asked questions about my second trimester, and I thought I could answer them for you today. Number one, how has the second trimester been treating you? My second trimester, I've kind of, it's gone by in a blur. I can't lie, it has definitely gone by in a blur. We announced in my second trimester that I was pregnant, and we're still telling people that I was pregnant in my second trimester, and then I've just been working, and because Oliver has obviously been growing a lot more because he's 1 now, I've just had like no time to even think about my second trimester in terms of like it went from this date to this date. But overall I have had a good second trimester. We had a few hiccups recently. I ended up having really bad cramps over Christmas that I went into hospital for to get checked. Luckily everything's okay, thankfully. My mental health took a massive toll, and so did like my physical health and stuff like that, and since then it's kind of been a rocky road with that. I've been in a lot of pain, but besides my like body and my mind, overall I've just had a nicer second trimester. I think as well because my second trimester is different season to when Oliver's was. Like when I was in my second trimester with Oliver, it was like autumn, where like now we're in spring, and the days are a bit longer, and it's blue skies. Emotionally and like just overall I just feel a lot happier in this second trimester. But yeah, we have had a few hiccups this time that I'm just kind of keeping my eye on, and I'm just kind of like dealing with myself because I want to keep it to myself, but just know I'm okay. Baby's okay, which is the most important thing. We're okay. Number two, what's your main differences between this pregnancy and your first? So I would definitely say I had loads of morning sickness on Oliver. On this baby I've had like maybe 1 or 2 days. This time round I've had like more physical pain. On Oliver it was more like mental, like fatigue and just exhaustion, but because I have Oliver now, I don't have time to be a slug and being able to nap as much as I was in the first one. Like I have to go, I have no option, otherwise I would 1,000,000% be napping all the time. I feel like I haven't put on as much weight this time round. Just overall I feel like I'm a lot more calm as well, and I think that's because I know what to expect now. Like I'm not rushing trying to be like, oh my god, I need to get this done, I need to get that done. I'm not buying stuff. That's another thing this time round. Like other than that, there's been no real difference. I'm just mentally more calm about the situation. I think that's the biggest difference, and the sickness. I think they are the biggest differences I have had between the both pregnancies. So the next question is, have I had any cravings? And no, I haven't. It's been really weird for me. I feel like this time round I have had, like I said, a completely different, I don't know, experience than what I did with Oliver. I think I've been looking after myself more food wise this time round, so I feel like my cravings I haven't had any because I've been a lot more balanced this time around, where when I was pregnant with Oliver I kind of just was like, oh, I'll just eat what I want to eat, whereas this time around I'm making sure that like my 3 meals are like very balanced, that I'm drinking loads and loads of water, that I am just like overall being a lot healthier. So I feel like my body doesn't feel the need to crave stuff. I'm on tablets constantly, like as in like just vitamins and stuff like that, so I feel like my body isn't craving anything that it's like deficient in. But then in terms of like weird cravings, I've literally had none. The only difference, actually, sorry, going back to the last question, The difference is I haven't had any cravings this time around. And the second difference is on Oliver, I couldn't stand sweet things. Like I couldn't stand chocolate, jellies, hated them. Like all I wanted was savory. This time round, me and chocolate, we are in a relationship. There is a third person in mine and Joseph's relationship, and it is chocolate. I am obsessed with sweet foods. No matter how much savory I have, I need to have twice as much sweet. So I've been having a lot of like yogurt granola bowls. I've been having a lot of fruit. I've been having like even just like my drink selection sweet. It's like, yeah, that. So like I suppose cravings wise, I suppose not that I've been craving chocolate more, it's just I've been craving chocolate this time round, whereas on Oliver I could not stand it. Next question, do you have any names picked out for either gender? So if you don't know, we are not finding out the gender of this baby. So do we have names picked? We do. It was a long time coming, but we do have our names picked for if it's a boy and if it's a girl. We're not telling anybody. We're not even telling our families, which we're keeping everything to ourselves this time round. But yeah, we do have names picked. Full girl's name, full boy's name. And I know someone also asked, will I be doing double name, like two middle names with this baby? And the answer is yes, this baby will have two middle names regardless of if it's a boy or a girl. And I will have a baby names we liked and didn't like, but we didn't choose, coming very, very soon. Number 5, have you any stretch marks? I know you said you didn't get any with Oliver until afterwards. My stretch marks that I did have, the ones that I got after that I showed you guys, they have completely faded. However, they're starting to stretch longer this time around. So like the ones that were on my legs, they're starting to like reappear. So no new stretch marks. Still have none on my belly, which guys, I do not know how my body has not gotten any on my stomach, because when I tell you, they were all over my legs and my bum and my hips after I gave birth to Oliver. This time round, I was fully expecting, because I wasn't, you know, back to my small self, and because I wasn't, you know, too far along postpartum before I got pregnant again, I was fully expecting my body to have like an absolute rage and just being like, how dare you get me pregnant again? But it has dealt with it so well. No stretch marks on my boobs, no stretch marks on my belly, just the stretch marks on my legs that came after Oliver. They have just stretched a little bit more, and they're kind of starting to turn purple again, which is absolutely fine because they cleared so quickly after a couple of months after I gave birth to Oliver. And next question, number 6, is how do you feel about your body changing this time round? So this time round, I definitely, like I said to you earlier, I feel like I haven't gained as much weight as I did with Oliver, but like I said, that's because I'm being more mindful of like what I'm eating, so I'm not over consuming. Whereas I think with Oliver, because when you're pregnant, it's very easy to disguise fat as just pregnancy. I kind of was just like, I'll just eat what I want, and if I gain weight, I gain weight. But this time around, I just feel like I haven't put on as much weight. I've been in work, you know, standing. I work in retail, so like it's very on the go. I feel like this time around maybe my boobs have gotten a slightly bit bigger, but I know that's just because they're prepping for milk. In terms of like, I'm all bump, like everyone says it, like it's just bump, it hasn't gone anywhere else, and yeah, nothing else has really changed. So this time around, I'm feeling great about my body so far. Touch wood, it continues. Third trimester though, third trimester and Oliver wiped me. It absolutely wiped me, so we'll see this time around. Number 7, have you been working out during this pregnancy? I know you said you wanted to on your next one. So I think because I got pregnant so quickly after Oliver, I never went back to, I did go back to gym, sorry, that was complete lies. I did go back to the gym for like a couple of weeks, and then I stopped once I went back to work. It was getting too messy. It was either on the days I was on an early shift, sorry guys about the light changing, the sun's coming in now. On the days I was on early shifts, it was I can either go to the gym or I can go home and see Oliver, because then on the days where I was on the evening shift, I did not see Oliver at all. So I stopped going to the gym, and I was happy enough to do that because I had lost all the weight I'd wanted to. So I never went back to the gym properly, and they say not to pick up anything in your pregnancy that you weren't doing before. So therefore I wasn't doing workouts before my pregnancy this time round, so I didn't continue them during. I do find though this time around I have a lot more motivation to get up to work out, so my workouts workouts. My workouts have been, I've just been walking a lot. I walk to work as often as I can. On my days off, me and Oliver go for like a 40-minute walk. So my current working out is walking, which I've been loving because I just stick in a podcast and I just go for a walk, and when Oliver gets him to have fresh air. Also means I'm getting my steps in, because it's very easy when you have when you're pregnant to just stay stable and stay like not stable, idle, and you know, not do anything, whereas I want to make sure that I'm constantly on my feet and constantly moving and constantly walking this time around. One, to make sure I don't put on any excess weight that I don't need to, and number two, I feel like that could have been why potentially I didn't go into natural labor maybe as soon as I could have, because I wasn't active, I wasn't getting out, I wasn't moving, so therefore my body had no reason to like move everything along. So yeah, am I working out weight wise? No, but my workouts are walking currently. Okay, number 8, does Oliver understand that you're pregnant? No, guys, this baby has absolutely zero idea that I am pregnant. I'll tell you why. So Oliver is starting to kind of learn how to walk. He can walk when someone's holding his hands, and he's becoming a little bit of a daredevil, you know, trying to stand on his own. But he does this thing where he climbs on you, so you'll be holding his hand and he'll start walking up your body, and he is very unaware that there is a bump on me. He has no idea. Even when like I'm feeding him at night time and he's like lying against my belly and the baby kicks, he doesn't even budge. This baby has no idea that there is another baby inside me. But do you know what, I think it's almost for the better, because all this time that I'm having with him, he's so unaware that it's nice that I get to have him think that it's just me and him. Then when the baby comes, it's kind of like an experience of there's the two of you now. So yeah, no idea when he'll figure that out. He probably wouldn't even realize. It'll probably just become the everyday norm to have another baby in the house with him. But yeah, he has no idea. Number 9, will you be breastfeeding or formula feeding this time? I feel like now, and I said this after I gave birth to Oliver, I have a lot more information post birth and post feeding Oliver about breastfeeding than I did before I even had Oliver, and even for the first couple of months that I had Oliver. If I had known all the information I know now about breastfeeding, I would have had a much more successful breastfeeding journey with Oliver. If you don't know, I tried breastfeeding him, it wasn't working, so we did combi feeding in the hospital, and then when we got home it ended up being I just was exclusively pumping for like, I think it was like 5-6 months, and then we switched to formula. And I found that while I loved it and I loved that I was giving him the nutrients that he needed, it was very time consuming for me, it was very stressful for me. It meant that after I gave him the pumped breast milk, I'd then have to pump again. So it wasn't like I was either feeding him off the boob and then putting him straight back down to sleep at night, or like feeding him a bottle of formula, putting him straight back down. I was like feeding him and then pumping straight after. So I literally was being awake for like nearly an hour every wake window. And while Joseph was helping me bottle feed with even my breast milk, it still meant I had to be up with Joseph, because while he was feeding him, I still had to pump. So there was literally becoming a point where I was like, there's no point in Joseph getting up when I have to be up anyways. It was one of those things where I didn't have enough information back then. So to answer the question, Jesus Christ, it takes me forever to answer a question. I will hopefully be breastfeeding this time round. Please God, please God, please God. If everything goes in my favor, I will be breastfeeding. If not, I will be doing what I did with Oliver, which is pumping and like expressing milk and then feeding them that way. Or if it's too exhausting, which if anyone has exclusively pump fed their babies, you will know that even the doctors and nurses say it is almost harder than breastfeeding and almost harder than formula feeding, because you're doing 2 jobs. You're bottle feeding as well as like breastfeeding essentially, and it becomes a mind game, because you get no minute to yourself. If you're not feeding your baby, you're pumping. It's a lot. So if it becomes too much, we'll just go to formula. Formula worked absolutely fine for Oliver. He was the happiest, chunkiest baby. I've nothing against formula, just my ideal would be to breastfeed this baby from the get-go, and it's cheaper. Okay, and the very last question number 10, have you started any prep for baby number 2? No. No, we have not. As I've said, we have Oliver, and to be quite honest, a lot of Oliver's stuff that we use first time around we can use again. A lot of Oliver's first clothes and a lot of Oliver's baby stuff we still have, and a lot of it's all gender neutral. So I think I'll probably just buy a couple of more white bodysuits, white sleep suits, but other than that, no, because we have the cot that we use for Oliver, we have all the bath stuff that we use for Oliver, we have his sound machine that we'll probably use again. The only thing we need to get is a new car seat for Oliver, because the car seat that he's currently in we're going to use for the next baby, and we need to get a double buggy. But other than that, like, I literally, there's nothing else we need to do. There is literally nothing else we need to do. We're sorted. We really are sorted, and we're quite lucky that, you know, we have had everything from Oliver. So yeah, the only plan I need to do is get my body ready to go, but even then my body will do what it wants to do and what it needs to do in its own time. So other than that, no, nothing else planned for baby number 2. So guys, thank you so much for watching today's video. I really hope you guys enjoyed it. I hope you enjoyed kind of getting an insight into my second trimester. Of course, once I'm coming to the end of my third trimester, I'll do a third trimester Q&A. You will be seeing a lot more content from me now because I am no longer in work, and that is just due to pain, due to mental reasons. So I'll be at home filming as much as I can, as often as I can, and uploading for you guys. So you will be definitely getting 2 videos a week now, which I really hope you guys enjoy. If you have any other baby questions or questions about pregnancy that you want to know, please leave them down below and I'll happily get back to you as soon as I possibly can. But yeah guys, second trimester literally over and done with in a couple of days, and we're into our third trimester. I literally have 14 weeks to go. I can't believe it. Coming around so quickly, and I just know it's going to be the nicest one as well, because we'll be practically into summer. So it'll be a lot mentally easier to deal with than having a baby in winter. But yeah guys, thank you so much for watching today's video. Make sure to give it a big thumbs up and make sure you subscribe, and I will see you in the next one. Bye.